So bad. So bad. Way sweatier than I should be.
I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I did that.
So far, I'm not a huge fan. I think I was a little too hasty. Welcome back, everyone. This video has been a long time coming, but I am thrilled that the day is finally here. We are kicking off training for an Ironman, and this is episode 1 of the Injury to Ironman series. The pilot episode, if you will. I've always wanted a pilot episode, and it has been a wild ride. If you are new here and you don't know the full story, back in May of 2024, I had a surprisingly gnarly whiplash injury from a roller coaster ride. And if you're thinking to yourself, well, that's a dumb story, you'd be correct. But as a result, I had to cancel my whole race schedule for 2024, despite my efforts to try to push through. Not smart. In the beginning, I held off on seeing a physical therapist right away because I'd never had an injury this bad before, I guess. I've had sprained an ankle and had some knee issues, some tendonitis, that sort of thing. But this was a whole new world for me. So I just kept thinking oh, if I give the injury more time and more rest, and then months went by, and then a year went by, and then we were coming up on a year and a half. And basically after all this time, my muscles were kind of overcompensating for each other. One of my shoulders was sitting a full inch higher than my other shoulder, and I just had no idea. And so we've been seeing a physical therapist a couple times a week for a couple months now, and I'm feeling a lot better. And thus began this long road to recovery that led us here. And now I've decided to pivot a little bit from training for road races to training for triathlon, and not just any triathlon, the Ironman triathlon, a realm in which I have no experience. Adult onset swimmer and cyclist here. Go big or go home, right? Currently, everything that I'm doing still has to be in interval format. My physical therapist finally cleared me to run. She said I can only do intervals, so I already have it plugged into my watch. We're gonna go get it done. Way sweatier than I should be for how easy this workout is. All right, so we are done with our very first Ironman training run session. I can't believe that this is actually the beginning of the road. It was actually really enjoyable, even though I knew it was really short and I was focusing on so many things. I was focusing on keeping my rib cage in, because apparently I do this thing where I stick my ribs out, and then keeping my feet, trying to widen my stance so that my knees don't hit together. I don't know what that's all about. She seems to think that that might be part of the knee issue that I've been having, is my stance is too narrow, and so it's putting pressure on weird spots. But it's even just telling my brain go really wide. I feel my feet only went a little bit wider. So we gotta hydrate. We gotta start learning how to hydrate for cardio again. But you saw it here. First run of Ironman training. Let's go! So none of the sessions that I'm doing currently for any of the different sports are more than an hour. Everything is less than an hour. So, and then we'll continue every week to increase things slowly. Swimming, I've just kind of been learning the strokes appropriately. So I just thought I would share this really embarrassing story real quick. So I finally bought a nice pair of goggles, Speedo goggles, and they came yesterday, and the package was kind of squished a little bit, and so it was kind of popped open, and I was well, let me just rinse these just in case before I wear them, because just in case somebody bought them and wore them and returned them or whatever. Some of you probably already know where this is going. So I just rinsed them with water, and then I was oh, okay, before I put them on my face, I'll dry them, from having never been a swimmer before and having never had a nice new pair of goggles. I didn't realize that they already had anti-fog on the inside of the lenses. So then I scratched it up, and oh, it's so blurry now. So ChatGPT recommended that either I get anti-fog or baby shampoo, apparently. You can water down baby shampoo and put a little bit in there and then swish it out and rinse it, or spit. So we're probably
just gonna do the free option and just spit in them. But I can't have nice things. I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I did that.
I knew how to swim. I was a lifeguard in high school, but I haven't really swam since then. So I'm just trying to learn the proper technique, because the last thing that I want to do is get into a good rhythm and then re-injure myself, like because of improper form. I should be learning the correct format the first time. So that's been a slow process. I really don't know what I'm doing. I really hate the swimming, if I'm being honest.
So bad. So bad. I get the breathing down and keep drinking water.
But I'm just going with the flow right now. I do not currently have a full Ironman picked out. I do plan to do it in 2026 sometime, and I would like to do a 70.3 along the way. I have a 70.3 picked out in my head, but I have not registered for it yet because I'm not even cleared to like actually start like full heavy training yet. So I'm just trying to pump the brakes, and I don't want to announce until I'm sure that I'm allowed to be actually putting in the hours that I need to put in to get trained up for that. But I also know that spots fill up, so we're just gonna have to kind of see how that plays out. I am doing a lot of strength training, like some shoulder stuff, lat stuff, like actually training my neck muscles to try to get those strong. I have some knee issues in the past, so I'm doing a ton of like knee and hip exercises, like clamshells and fire hydrants, and a lot of stretching, and slowly getting some new gear. I know that I have to get clip-in shoes for my bike. I know it's probably an audacious thing to say that I am just training in sneakers, but we haven't been able to do super long efforts up until now. So eventually, I'm pretty terrified, but I am going to have to buy clip-in shoes. I'm gonna try to learn them inside on the turbo trainer before I go outside, because I don't want to get hurt again. But that will be something in the near future that I need to do. So I cannot wait to ramp up mileage, ramp up laps, do longer Zwift workouts. I'm so excited. So thank you for joining me. Thank you for the support so far. Any tips that you have to make swimming more enjoyable? Any gear that you have that you would recommend, especially clip-in shoes? I don't even know if I'm saying that right. Are they called clip-in shoes? I don't even know. That's embarrassing.